In our world, it's common to see a small issue become a great source of sorrow. But we also witness people who face even major troubles with composure. They do not fall apart. Instead, they expand their hearts to be so vast that pain finds no room to linger. Today's tale will teach us this. If you keep your heart confined, even the smallest problems will leave a bitter taste. However, if you make your heart larger, even life's most difficult times will feel more manageable. So let us look for a reflection of ourselves in this story. Listen with intent, because this story is not merely for hearing, but for contemplation. Once, a young man named Ryan was deeply dissatisfied with his life. He was perpetually dejected and felt that everything was going wrong. One afternoon, Ryan went to a little cafe in his town to get a cup of tea. His mind was clouded with worry. He was jobless, his family was pressuring him, and he was afraid of his future. He sat in a quiet corner, cradling his cup of tea. At the neighboring table, a group of older men were talking. Though Ryan wasn't trying to eavesdrop, their voices were distinct. One of them mentioned, "You know that old man who resides behind the hills? He appears to be an ordinary person, but he is filled with wisdom. My own son was struggling terribly, but after speaking with that old man, his perspective completely shifted." Another man added, "Yes, it said he can lighten your spirit just with his words." Ryan's interest was piqued. He thought, "My life is also in pieces. If he can offer something meaningful, perhaps I can find some peace." That evening, Ryan began walking quietly in the direction of the hills, to the place where the wise old man was said to live. After a considerable walk, Ryan arrived at the home and said, "Sir, I am burdened with many problems in my life. I am always feeling pain and sorrow. Please show me. How can I be happy?" The wise old man listened intently without uttering a word. Then, still silent, he suddenly walked away. Ryan was confused, but he waited with patience. After a few moments, the old man returned with a glass of water and a small bowl filled with salt. He said, "Take a handful of salt from this bowl, place it in the glass, and then drink the water." Though Ryan was uncertain, he complied with the instruction. The old man asked, "How does the water taste?" Ryan winced and said, "It tastes awful. I can only taste the salt." Then the old man said, "Now take another handful of salt and walk with me." They both proceeded to a nearby lake. The old man said, "Now, throw the salt into this lake." Ryan tossed the salt into the lake. The old man then said, "Now, drink some of the lake's water." Ryan took a sip of water from the lake. The old man asked, "How does it taste?" Ryan appeared surprised and said, "It tastes good. I don't taste any salt whatsoever." The old man smiled, put a hand on Ryan's shoulder and said, "Listen, my son, the pain in life is like pure salt. It's not too much nor too little, but the amount of that pain we feel is dependent on the size of our heart. If your heart is like a small glass, even a little pain will make your life bitter. But if your heart is like a great lake, even immense pain will not affect you so deeply." The glass and the lake are metaphors for patience. If your patience is limited, small troubles will feel immense. But if your patience is vast, then even great troubles will not break you. Everyone has problems in their life. There isn't a single person in this world who does not encounter pain. Just as we cannot appreciate the true meaning of happiness without knowing sadness, we also cannot learn life's lessons without challenges. But when we focus only on our problems, life begins to feel full of pain. If a tiny bit of salt can make a full glass of water bitter, then consider this. If your heart is small, even a minor problem will submerge you in sadness. So when challenges arise in life, don't become small like a glass. Become vast like a lake. Only then will you be capable of enjoying a life that is filled with peace and happiness. If this story was helpful to you in some way, please consider sharing it with others. Thank you.